Hey there, Magic One. Welcome to your tarot reading for the week. I really hope that you are staying blessed. I've just called in to say a big hi and to let you know what I've been working on. I'm actually currently chipping away at the March monthly tarot readings. Yes, chipping away because it does take a lot of time. So I'll be releasing them across the next 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully 2. So keep an eye out for your sign. There's also extended versions of those available this time round. So if the message really resonates for you and perhaps you don't want to get a personal reading, you can, for a very small donation, jump into a more deep and clarified version of that reading. So all the details will be in the reading. When you see your sign pop up, you can find that out. If you do want a personal reading or healing, I am available for those, and you'll find the link to my website down below where you can arrange that. The doors are always open to the initiation. That is my immersive Learn Tarot journey. Should you want to really learn to connect more deeply with your own intuition and guide yourself, I'd love to take you on that journey with me. But for now, I am wishing you a week of love and magic. Thanks for joining me for your reading. Let's head across now. Aries, welcome to your tarot reading for the week of March 7th to the 13th. Let's see what may be on the cards for you. I've got the 9 card block, 3 recent past, 3 focus energy, 3 for your near future outcome, couple of oracles, lead tarot energy, and I've turned over the bottom of the deck for you. This week I'm working with the Work Your Light Oracle, Sacred Power reading cards, the Moonchild and Starchild Tarot from Danielle Knoll, my fave, and the Radiant Rider-Waite. Aries, did you see that? First 3 cards out were aces, and then we basically put that final bookend on with the Ace of Cups again, 2 Ace of Cups. Wow. And of course, I was having a little internal giggle when the Empress showed up, because Aries, let's get real. When does she not show up in your reading? Across other readers, other channels, you know, I'd say like 7 times out of 10 she pops in to say hi. So we've got 1, this 11 energy. You're entering a portal here, Aries, where you have the possibility of transformation to a new path is what I'm really feeling. You're manifesting really quickly at the moment, so it's really important to keep the thoughts pure and keep them aligned with what you are trying to bring through. So that's coming through really clearly. You've got double 8s here as well, so we kind of have this energy of moving on to a more abundant path, whether that's an abundance of love, an abundance of, financial, wealth. It kind of feels like you're heading in that direction. We've got one anomaly down here, the 7 of Swords, which we will get to. It's kind of the odd one out of the mix. Yeah, we've got a 10 of Swords as well. So, with every new beginning and embracing a new path, of course, there is something to close as well. And it might not be that I actually have to, leave a job or leave a relationship. It's basically, a change of energy, like maybe going from being single to being in a relationship, maybe from, working in a team environment to working on your own. Like there's always the end of like a phase or a chapter. Might not be the literal endings that you're thinking about. So let's jump in. I'll start over here with the oracles, Aries, and the first one out, so fitting, is Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. Now, this is an interesting concept, and it's a big conversation or convo, as we'd say here in Australia. This kind of Akashic record situation. So the concept goes that, and you've probably heard me say this before if you watch me, but your soul, my soul, all souls has a record, an Akashic record. I like to think of it like a hard drive, okay? Now, in that hard drive are all of the major experiences, okay? The life-changing and growth experiences, the karmic contracts, the soul agreements that you've signed up for throughout your lifetimes to basically evolve to higher consciousness, towards enlightenment, towards that 5D reality. Now, when I see this card in a reading, it feels like one of those files is getting loaded from your hard drive, meaning it's time to move onto a new karmic path, or you know, enter a new soul agreement or something like that. Now, before you incarnated here, Aries, you signed up for experiences, okay? But then you're born and you have free will. So that means that you don't actually need to choose them. But when we don't choose them, that's generally when life feels hard, feels like a struggle. Like, we know when we're off path. And when we feel off path, that is an indication that it's time to seek. It's time to find the path ahead. Like, I see the Hermit here, and it feels like some of you are seeking a new path. And I think that you're being redirected back onto a karmic timeline. We've got compassion here. We've got a lot of kind of self-love kind of things coming through here. And Aries, the thing about you, and I'm speaking without judgment because I am an Aries, is that you're hard on yourself and you are fully embracing the divine masculine, which is go, 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 push, achieve, that kind of energy. Sometimes you just need to soften, and we need to slow down in order to actually, you know, feel into our intuition, and sometimes feel when things aren't quite right, or we need to take a side step in life. Because I feel with your energy, you will just keep on working, keep on pushing. Eight of Pentacles, center of the reading, because you kind of have that nature where, you know, things could be easier if you were, you know, maybe in the flow of a different path. So I've got Ace of Cups, double Ace of Cups, all of these aces. It basically means that there is a huge new beginning coming for you, profound. Like, it's almost like, forget the old life, forget who you were. We're actually starting you from now. It's so interesting. It could have been that you've had a massive awakening. And I don't know if you follow astrology as well, Aries, but I was watching Bracha Goldsmith this morning. She's one of my absolute favorites. And she was talking about, like, it was an interview with Aaron Doherty, and how after her spiritual awakening, she created a new birth chart for herself, because she fundamentally felt like she was an entirely new person and approaching life from an entirely new viewpoint and perspective. And I'm kind of feeling that it's almost like you are stepping into a new version of yourself. And, you know, it's like everything that you've been in the past is falling away. Yes, it will still be part of you, but you're approaching life from a different place, or being called into that. So the Ace of Swords, I mean, it can be awakening, right? It's a breakthrough, some kind of big inspiration coming into your life. Alignment to truth as well. The Ace of Wands, new potential. It's saying you've had a breakthrough potentially of maybe your purpose, or a situation to move towards new growth, or to a new potential. It could be in love with these Ace of Cups, because relationships can also be, you know, they're very essential for our soul evolution, maybe the most so. So it feels like a new beginning. Yes, it could be a new relationship, it could be a new job, or it could be spiritual awakening, or journey to soul purpose. And I feel that the reason why the Strength card is here is it's like, it is going to take strength and courage to embrace that path, okay? It's very easy to keep doing what we were doing and showing up in the world in the same way, but showing up as something completely different, especially if you have, you know, especially if you have not really shown other people that side of yourself, it can be really challenging, okay? Or, you know, stepping into a completely different type of relationship, whatever this represents for you. It is a general reading. So it feels like you need some strength and courage to unlock this infinite potential. And it feels like you need to listen to your higher self or intuition, and keep this, you know, this Aries ego under control, because it might just say, no, Aries, you should just keep doing what you're doing. You've got success here, you're making money, or, you know, this has been kind of working for you. Let's just keep on pushing, because that's all we've known how to do. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, so focus energy is the Hanged Man, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Hermit. It's interesting that the Hanged Man, you know, is number 12 in the Major Arcana, and the next card after this is the Death card. I'm seeing the Ten of Swords as a representation of that. So it feels like you know that an ending is nigh, right? Like it's round the corner, and if you want to liberate, if you want to step onto the new path, you have to go through that. Hanged Man comes after Justice, number 11. That's that 11 theme again. So I feel like you've been moving through the Justice energy, which is something needs to give in my life, a change needs to occur to bring karmic scales in balance, because if you've been slightly off path, they're not in balance. They balance up while you step into, you know, that new karmic experience, and then when we stay too long or we outgrow it, they kind of tip again. So you're like always bringing them back into balance by moving in alignment with your truth and your path. So that's what I'm feeling. And there is a feeling with the Hermit here that maybe just before this kind of all came to you, and it could have come in like a big insight or something like that, Aries, that you may have been in hermit mode, and that can be just that feeling of being a little bit lost internally. But I feel that through like keeping on working and pushing and distracting yourself with action and achievement, it's like you've managed to kind of not look at that for a while. But now it's kind of like it's come up, and it's like it's shining the light right in your face and saying, look, you know, look at me. We need to step onto a new path. So I think there's been a distraction from this, but now you can't ignore it anymore. So the Hermit is, okay, yeah, if I'm honest with myself, even though I might be successful and I might be achieving and I'm being this Aries in the world, there is another real achievement that I'm not addressing, and that is being on my soul path, embracing my spirituality, or being, you know, called to purpose. So you might be entering a seeking or reflecting phase, Aries, while you're really going deep with that. Yeah, I mean, the Hermit can be spiritual awakening. It can be dark night of the soul. You know, we do move through that after a spiritual awakening. I will have to say that mine went on for several years. It's not easy. It's not easy. And the more we resist and the more we hang on to the old, that's when we really stay in the dark night of the soul for a lot longer. So it's really like we just have to go, okay, universe, like guide me to where I need to go. And often at the start, Aries, you can only see like a step or two in front of you. But the more you seek and the more you detach from the old and boldly embrace the new, follow the heart and the intuition, the path begins to open up. The universe rolls out that red carpet for you. That star energy starts burning brighter in the lantern. The star energy, of course, links to Aquarian energy, links to divine wish fulfillment, purpose fulfillment, and Aquarian energy being your unique expression in the world. And I believe, because of the astrology that we're in at the moment, this is the profound and fundamental thing that many of us are moving into, is, you know, being in your own magic, finding your unique way to express yourself in the world, to earn your money. Like, we all have a unique energy signature, and I feel like that's getting activated for so many of us. So the outcome is 10 of Swords, Empress, and 7 of Swords. I feel like the 7 of Swords is becoming clear to me now, and I feel like it is the sabotage of, you know, this all sounds, you know, great and magical and all of that, but, you know, I just can't do it, or, you know, I want to stay in what's known, what's comfortable. But the cards are saying, well, you'll sabotage the opportunity of the Empress, which is some whole new level of creation, growing something completely new here. Yeah, it's a pain. There's going to be painful endings. But that is the gateway to the Empress energy, which is a blessing. She's abundant. And just consider, Aries, that even though it feels like you're onto a good thing in an area of your life now, and it's a lot to give up, consider that you will be even more abundant, even happier, even more fulfilled on this new path. And I've got first-hand experience of that, because I had a very established career before I came to tarot, okay, in the digital media industry, you know, making really awesome money and all of that, but I was strongly called to purpose through a series of synchronicities, and I had spiritual awakenings, so I knew that that was part of me, but I gave that all up to do this, and really, you know, took the strength and courage of, okay, I'm going to cut my income by, you know, 3/4 to start this journey. But I know that it's leading me to the Empress, and yeah, it's growing, guys, and it's an amazing journey. So, you know, I'm just saying, if something's in your energy signature and meant for you, you can take that kind of calculated risk, but you know in your heart and your soul that you're going to end up in a much better place. So that's what I see for you. There's that new dawn, that new day. This is the time to move towards your unique expression, embrace your unique gifts, and understand that sometimes people have circumstances where they can't do that. For example, if they need to support children and that kind of thing, but you can bring it in as a hobby, and that means that when the time is right, when that freedom opens up for you in your next chapter of life, you can segue into it pretty easy. Look at this. 5 of Cups in reverse, 9 of Cups upright. You know, it seems like there's a sense of sadness leaving you through this journey, and, you know, it feels like in the past there might have been some grieving for, you know, not taking this pathway of happiness in order to just do what, you know, makes sense, what makes sense in the world to others. But I think you're going to be giving that up in order to achieve happiness, contentment. This is the card of wish fulfillment. You know, fulfilling the heart is a different journey to paying the bills, or, you know, saving lots of money and that kind of thing. I do believe that if we follow the heart, then, you know, generally, if we're sensible about it, we end up in a much more abundant place. But the 7 of Swords is that sneaky temptation of self-sabotage or others around us talking us out of things. I mean, you know, of course my family were worried about me when I said I was, you know, throwing in my career to do this, but I was like, nah, trust me, I know that this will end up far greater, and you know what, I'm getting there. So maybe the journey is similar for you, and you just need to trust your own inner voice and your own inner wisdom, and let the naysayers fall away, or quit the naysayer. The strongest naysayer, Aries, is probably the voice within. And that's what I'm saying. I think that was like a really large tangent, Aries, but that's what I'm feeling. And with these messages, I often have a message that's moving through that comes out like when I look at the cards. So that's what's come through today in this reading for you, and I hope that it's perfect for those that needed to hear it. Keeping in mind that this is a general reading for the collective. It's not meant to resonate for all of you. It's not possible that it would. But I wish you all the best with it. If it is your reading, feel free to drop me a comment if you're called to share. I love to read them, and I do my best to respond to each and every one of you over there. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. That way you'll know when I post new readings, and you will also help support my channel, which helps me move into my purpose and is a great energy exchange between us. Okay, Aries, I am wishing you all the best. Lots of love and magic. Do take care. Bye for now.